Hello and welcome to EIZO. In this tutorial, I'll walk you through RadiNET Pro, EIZO's web-based quality management system that works alongside Radix to centrally monitor, test, calibrate, and report on diagnostic displays across all sites and users. For some context, Radix is the software that runs locally on each workstation to perform the acceptance test, consistency check, and calibrations in addition to generating reports. But if there's a large number of workstations to manage, as would be the case in a hospital or even multiple hospitals in a district, then that's when RadiNET Pro comes into play. It connects those Radix clients over the network where the user can aggregate data, run remote QA actions, and manage compliance across departments, hospitals, and even home reporting setups, all from one central location. It lets you reach in and extract the information that's being kept on those radiology workstations and aggregate them into reports by site, or by room, or even by specialty. Let me show you how it works and what it looks like. First, ask EIZO for RadiNET Pro web systems and set up guidelines and request access for your organization. EIZO will register your facility and assign administrator rights so you can set up your dedicated access gateway. Then log into RadiNET Pro via the URL provided and sign in using your administrator credentials. Once logged in, you should see a dashboard that looks something like this, with some statistics, graphs, and a list of all monitors currently in use. Note that this is a demo version called the EIZO APAC RadiNET Pro demo. You can see under this that there are 3 subfolders. Clicking the node of each expands to reveal the folder structure of hospitals, sites, and/or doctors in your organization. For example, under City North Hospital, there are 4 subcategories of breast screen, emergency, medical imaging, and nuclear medicine, representing the different departments in that hospital group, where EIZO monitors are installed. And within each department, there is a folder structure to track what products are in each room. So for example, this is what the Screening 1 folder looks like under breast screen. Now, if you look under folder 2, you can see a list of doctors that are consulting in this hospital group, and they're based all over the world, so they can have their systems installed remotely in different countries. The power of RadiNET Pro and EIZO monitors is that it allows you to take full control of the calibration, medical compliance, and testing of any EIZO monitor under that hospital group, whether it's located in that hospital or on the other side of the planet. It's all managed centrally. Now let me show you what Radix workstations you can access. Click on the list button on the top left of the screen. Here you can see a list of all monitors under this hospital group that RadiNET Pro has network-based access to. You can sort and filter them based on the group, location, department, and/or room, which means that, for example, if we know there is specifically a problem with one of the EIZO monitors in the nuclear medicine rooms under City North Hospital, we can go in, find it, identify the problem, and fix it, all without having to physically go to that location. You can also take the filtering a step further and filter it through the monitor's models or serial numbers as well. So for example, if I click on model, I can filter to only see 3 megapixel or 3 MP monitors. And when I find the one that I want, I can click on it to see information about that device. This opens up a pop-up window about that monitor that is a view of what's on that workstation. We can see that this particular model and serial number has only had 638 operational hours on it, as it's a new one. You can see the date installed, how it's connected, and the various sensors it has, alongside the monitor size in inches and the screen's resolution. But when was it last calibrated? Well, to access that information, click on History List on the top, and you'll be met with a list of tests that were performed on this monitor, when they were done, what the job was, and whether it passed or failed that test. As an example, I can see here that on the 9th of June 2022, this monitor passed a calibration test, but only a few minutes later, it failed the acceptance test. To see the details of this and why it failed, I can click on the acceptance test, which will open up a new tab with the test summary and report output information. And scrolling down, I can see it's passed the luminance check, as the target was 400 candelas per square meter, and it achieved 394.58, which is very close and within tolerance. But then a bit further down, I can see that it failed the grayscale check. And the reason for this was that the target error of the grayscale display function, or GSDF for short, was set to less than 10%, but it measured 13.42% out, which is what caused the error in the previous test and why it failed the acceptance test. Because of this, a grayscale check was then performed after this, which calibrated the display and therefore then passed that grayscale check. Then, 5 minutes later, the acceptance test was once again performed and it passed. And when you click on the test for more information, you can see that the grayscale display function error rate significantly reduced now to -2.68%. And we can visually see the difference of this on the graph, where the dots are now within those target lines and therefore within tolerance, compared to the graph before, which was all over the place. And this is the level of fine-tuned control you get with RadiNET Pro, not just with one monitor locally, but with any and all large number of monitors under a particular hospital group, regardless of their physical location. And that's an overview of RadiNET Pro and how it centralizes QA for your EIZO diagnostic monitors. In practice, you'll use Radix at the workstation and RadiNET Pro to see and act on the full picture across the organization. If you have any questions or you need help with your setup or policies, please contact your local EIZO support team or visit the EIZO Visual Solutions website, go to Support and Service, and click on the Customer Support form to find your regional contact and submit a request.